Everyone would please move towards your seats, silence your cell phones, and we will be getting started with our second meeting of the House Standing Committee on Local Government today. We do have 4 bills on the agenda, and we'll try to move through those in an expeditious manner. But this time, I would ask the Secretary to please call the roll. If you are participating remotely, if you could please let us know that you're in your annex office or if you are off-site. When you answer the roll, we would appreciate that very much. Madam Secretary?
Representative Bentley, Representative Bray,
Present in the room.
Representative Brown, Representative Dixon,
Present in the room.
Representative Donahue,
Yes, ma'am. Present.
Representative Fleming, Representative Frazier Gordon,
Present in the room.
Representative Huff, Representative Imes,
Present in the room.
Representative Johnson,
Present in the room.
Representative Koenig,
Present in the room.
Representative Lockett,
Here in the room.
Representative Marzian,
Present in my annex office.
Representative Miller, Representative Reed,
Here in the room.
Representative Roberts,
Here in the room.
Representative Thomas,
Here in the room.
Representative Meredith.
Here in the room. We do have a quorum and are duly constituted to do our business of the day. We are going to go in order of the agenda today as well, so we will call first to the table Representative Prunty with House Bill 137. If you could come up, introduce yourself and your guest for the record, and then you may proceed with your testimony.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. I appreciate the opportunity to present House Bill 137. I'm Melinda Gibbons Prunty, and I represent the 15th District in Western Kentucky.
I'm Deputy Bill Birch. I'm Deputy Bill Birch with the Kentucky Sheriff's Association.
I'm Officer Lamont Perry with the Louisville Metro Court Process Unit.
And Representative Prunty, do you have somebody on virtually too?
He couldn't get on. David Thompson, he's the director of the Penny Ryle Narcotics Task Force, which is the whole reason I brought this bill. But he couldn't get on the link, so he's out giving
Search warrants.
on drugs.
Search warrants.
All right.
Mr.
Well, you all may proceed.
I'll make a motion on the sub.
Got a motion and a second on the sub. All in favor of putting the sub before us? Can I hear an aye? Aye. Any opposed? The committee substitute is before us.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman. House Bill 137 was House Bill 343 2 years ago. It passed unanimously out of VMAPS. It simply puts all POP certified law enforcement, full-time law enforcement, into the CLEF fund. There were folks who were excluded simply because of who they worked for, and this is trying to rectify that injustice.
Second.
Have a motion on the bill as amended by the committee substitute, and second. Motion by Representative Bray, second by Representative Dixon. I think Representative Koenig does have a question. You may proceed with your question, Representative.
May I make a comment?
Sure.
Thank you. I'm voting yes, and I just want to remind the committee, since there's and members, we have several new folks here since we passed a bill sponsored by myself. The CLEF fund is funded through insurance fees, or a tax, as it were, that used to be put on and set by the was it Department of Revenue, Commissioner of Revenue, and now it is frozen and it is going to be raised or lowered by this legislature. So we used to just keep putting more people in the CLEF fund, and that's fine, but we just need to make sure before we keep doing that we can afford it going forward, or we need to at least be willing to vote to raise the rate if we keep doing that. So I just want to put that out there so everybody knows. I'm not saying we shouldn't pass this bill. I'm just saying don't give away money unless you're willing to one day raise the tax in order to fund it. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for your indulgence.
I would like to just do, I was going to tell the committee today, there's probably nobody up here that knows that the CLEP, as well as Representative Koenig. When we talk about the amount of people in it, we also, I believe, need to look at the ones that have gotten out of it. To be fair, the state police, when I started out 36 years ago with a maximum strength, it still is 1150 troopers. They're down to about 704. I think they got 60 in the academy, Louisville Metro, they're down 300. Lexington's down 300. The sheriffs in Jefferson County, we're down about 50. And then the school board, Jefferson County School Board, they removed their 22 full-time and they made them SLEOs. So it's down almost 1,000 people just with those 5 agencies. So it does, the amount of people go up and down, and these folks have been left out all these years. In 2016, Governor Bevins and Conway, when they were running, made a commitment to try to get everybody in it. We just had a few that were left out that were full-time sworn arrest power officers. Thank you.
And what is the number of officers that this will affect with the language in this bill?
It's about 25, give or take 1 or 2. It's just a few different agencies because of the wording. We pretty much, I had a list from DOCJT in 16 that we thought we had everybody covered. The state police were actually cycling it out of a stipend. They were still getting it, but it was coming out of a stipend. When I went on, we never got it.
It's literally 2 in my district.
Any other questions from members of the committee? Seeing none, Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Representative Bentley? Representative Bray?
Yes.
Representative Brown?
Yes.
Representative Dixon?
Yes.
Representative Donahue?
Yes, may I say a comment, please?
Go right ahead,
My
Representative.
voice is, my vote is yes, and I just want to thank each and every one of you that are here today for what you do for this community. Thank you.
Representative Fleming? Yes. Representative Frazier Gordon?
Yes.
Representative Imes?
Yes.
Representative Johnson?
Yes.
Representative Koenig? Yes. Representative Lockett?
Yes.
Representative Marzian?
Yes.
Representative Reed?
Yes.
Representative Roberts?
Yes.
Representative Thomas?
Aye.
Representative Meredith?
Yes, ma'am. House Bill 137, as amended by House Committee Substitute 1, does pass with favorable expression. Same shit on the House floor.
Thank you very much,
Thank you
Mr.
all.
Chairman and committee.
Thank you all very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Next, we will call Representative Imes with House Bill 245. Representative Imes, if you and your guest would approach and introduce yourselves for the record.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Representative Mary Beth Imes, District 5.
My name is Steve Golden. I'm the Henderson County Attorney.
Motion on the committee sub, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Have a motion on the committee substitute by Representative Reed, a second by Representative Bray. All in favor of putting the committee sub before us, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? The committee sub is before us, and you may proceed with your testimony, Representative.
Thank you, Chairman. This bill will allow the counties to utilize the same statutory system as cities when it comes to foreclosure actions. The language from this bill was essentially cut and pasted from the city statutes regarding foreclosures. The statute allowing cities to do this has been on the books for years. Counties, most likely through oversight, were not included. Counties just want to be on par with the cities.
Motion on House Bill 245 as amended by the committee sub.
Second.
Have a motion on the bill as amended by the committee substitute by Representative Reed and a second by Representative Bray. Does the members of the committee have any questions? Seeing no questions, Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Representative Bentley? Yes. Representative Bray?
Yes.
Representative Brown?
Yes.
Representative Dixon?
Yes.
Representative Donahue?
Yes, ma'am.
Representative Fleming? Yes. Representative Frazier Gordon?
Yes.
Representative Imes?
Yes.
Representative Johnson?
Yes.
Representative Koenig? Yes. Representative Lockett?
Yes.
Representative Marzian?
Yes.
Representative Miller?
Yes.
Representative Reed?
Yes.
Representative Roberts?
Yes.
Representative Thomas?
Aye.
Representative Meredith?
Yes, ma'am. House Bill 245, as amended by Committee Substitute 1, does pass with favorable expression. Same shit on the House floor. Thank you all for that one. Representative Miller, would you like to record a vote on House Bill 137?
I would. An affirmative vote, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative.
Thank you all very much.
Representative Imes, if you want to stay at the table, we're going to call House Bill 279 next. I don't know if you have any guests on that bill or if you're going to handle that one yourself.
I'm going solo.
You may proceed.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman. House Bill 279 defines communication disorder specific to this section as being a health condition or disability that may impede effective communication with a peace officer. At the time of application for registration or renewal, the owner or lessee of a motor vehicle may inform the clerk of a communication disorder and request that information be included in the Kentucky Vehicle Registration System database. This would allow law enforcement to be made aware of possible communication disorders. The bill also allows for county clerks to post a permanent notice informing the public of the availability of
Representative Imes, I've got a motion by Representative Bray on the bill. Second, Representative Lockett. Do the members of the committee have any questions? Seeing none, Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Representative Bentley? Representative Bray?
Yes.
Representative Brown?
Yes.
Representative Dixon?
Yes.
Representative Donahue?
Yes, ma'am.
Representative Fleming? Representative Frazier Gordon?
Yes.
Representative Imes?
Yes.
Representative Johnson?
Explain my yes vote briefly.
Go right ahead, Representative Johnson.
I just wanted to thank Representative Imes for bringing this, and I think that any time we can do anything whatsoever to help our law enforcement officers be better informed as they're going into a situation, even if it's just a traffic stop, we're doing them a justice very much for it. So thank you, Representative Imes. Yes vote. Yes.
Representative Koenig?
Yes.
Representative Lockett?
Yes.
Representative Marzian?
Yes.
Representative Miller? Representative Reed?
Yes.
Representative Roberts?
Yes.
Representative Thomas?
Aye.
Representative Meredith?
Yes, ma'am. And House Bill 279 does pass with favorable expression. Same should on the House floor. Thank you, Representative.
Thank you all very much.
And the final bill on the agenda today, House Bill 335, Representative Bowling, if you would come forward and bring your guests to the table and introduce yourselves and then proceed. As a matter of personal privilege, I certainly hope that we have moved this agenda along so well because I have vetted these bills quite well, but I think you all might want to get to lunch too. So,
Thank you, Chairman Meredith and committee. Adam Bowling, State Representative, 87th District, Bell and Harlan County.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members of the committee. J.D. Cheney, Kentucky League of Cities.
Thank you all for hearing this bill today, House Bill 335. This legislation is an important follow-up to our work last year on House Bill 7, which created the Advisory Council for Recovery-Ready Communities. We appreciate the measure's passage last session to help address substance use disorder throughout our communities and in our Commonwealth. House Bill 335 clarifies how a governor appoints some representatives to the council. It requires the governor to select from a list of 3 names submitted by organizations that have representatives on the council. We selected these organizations to be part of the council because of their role in the recovery process. House Bill 335 ensures those organizations have a say in who represents them. I also want to clarify that we have no issues with any current appointees on the board. They're doing a great job. They're working on the council currently. All the current appointees, they will continue to serve in their terms till January of 2023. But we do want to ensure a proper process for these appointments, similar to what we have on other boards.
motion Representative Reed, second Representative Johnson. Representative Roberts, you got a question? Please proceed.
Thank you. Thank you for bringing this bill. I just have 2 quick questions on this one. The first is, can you just talk about, especially with the recovery-ready communities, if you have any concerns that all of these voices involved might slow that process down? And then can you just give us some background on why this needs to be changed, why it isn't working, having the governor appoint currently?
Well, I think we've seen throughout the Commonwealth that it's the best policy, especially if you're working with organizations, you want the input from organizations. In House Bill 7, I specifically wanted to work with the Chamber of Commerce, with Kentucky League of Cities, with CAECO, with some other groups, because I wanted their input on this board. And so I do think it's ideal in a situation that the people on those organizations are able to put forth who they think would be best to serve and fit their needs and represent, whether it's the cities or the counties or whomever they represent. So,
And Representative Roberts, it does not take away the governor's selection of those three nominees, and it runs very similar to almost like the Kentucky Infrastructure Authority, the appointment to the Retirement Systems Board, the Waste Tire Fund, dozens of appointment procedures. When you think about that role of the mayor or a city official or county official, they're there to bring that expertise to that, but it's also a liaison type role back to the rest of the cities and counties about the work that those agencies are doing. But it does not violate LRC versus Brown. It does not strip the ability of the governor to ultimately make the decision from a list of those three nominees. And so it just follows that same pattern that we have in all those other statutes.
Any other questions from members of the committee? Seeing none, Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Representative Bentley? Representative Bray?
Yes.
Representative Brown?
Yes.
Representative Dixon?
Yes.
Representative Donahue?
Yes, ma'am.
Representative Fleming? Representative Frazier Gordon?
Yes.
Representative Imes?
Yes.
Representative Johnson?
Yes, ma'am.
Representative Koenig?
Yes.
Representative Lockett?
Yes.
Representative Marzian?
Yes.
Yes.
Representative Reed?
Yes.
Representative Roberts?
Yes.
Representative Thomas?
Aye.
Representative Meredith?
Yes, ma'am. House Bill 335 does pass with favorable expression. Same should on the House floor. Thank you all for being here. And before you all leave the desk, we as a committee would like to express our extreme sympathy to you, JD, on the loss of your grandfather, who we know was very, very close to you. So we just want to express that to you today.
Thank you, Chairman.
thank you, Chairman. Thank you, committee.
Having no other business before the committee, I would entertain a motion for adjournment. Motion Representative Reed, a second Representative Lockett. All in favor of adjournment, say aye. We are adjourned.